Today's show brought to you in part by GoToMeeting. For a free 30-day trial, use code podcast at gotomeeting.com.
So what would Gadgetplex be without gadgets? Let's take a look at some. Stay tuned.
Hey, welcome to Gadgetplex. I'm Andy McCaskey from RVNN TV, and of course, host of the show is Mr. Phil May.
Hi, everybody.
From Techno RV. Now, Gadgetplex comes by its name honestly. Phil, you've got a bunch of gadgets. Let's jump right in.
Yep, we've got some more fun ones.
Now, this is for active duty RVers, for people who are on the road and have real need for each of these devices, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. We should probably say that I get sent a lot of gadgets and people would like me to review them and suggest them. But we have some pretty strict criteria for whether it's something that I think I'd like to take on and to show people and share with them, because an RV is a limited amount of space. So it really needs to either be a load of fun and make life more enjoyable, which is of course a good one, or be some of the safety systems that we've got. I guess these fall into both categories, so why don't we just jump straight in. The first one I wanted to show is this one here. Now, there's nothing really new about a scanner. I mean, a lot of people have scanners and will travel with them, probably even, like you might have got an HP all-in-one that's part of your printer. But if you've ever tried scanning 1,000 pictures by opening the lid, putting the paper on the glass, closing the lid, pressing scan and waiting for like 5 minutes, and then opening it up and doing that 1,000 times, you get serious arm ache.
It feels like it's 5 minutes, but can be a minute.
It can be lengthy, yeah.
Yes,
and so that was the one thing that occurred to me. And then the second thing is that when you're traveling, there's a lot of dead screen time, face time, as you're driving as a passenger, and I hate wasting time. So it occurred to me, one of the things that I could do is attack my huge big scanning pile, because I hate paper. And if there's only a way that we could get a scanner that would be able to be used in an RV without having to hook up my computer, and then because of the power for that. Now, we looked at wands, the scan wands that you go over the paper.
Yes.
And some of those are kind of okay. The problem I had with those is that it's very hard to see what you've done. And by that I mean, when you're wanding down a page to scan it, and then you hit a bump, you're like, did I scan it? Did it work? Do I need to redo it? Because I'm like a one-touch only. So as soon as I've done it, I want to throw it away and so on.
Right.
So that's what led us to this. And if we just kind of zoom in a little bit and show you there, it's called the Docuscan. And what you'll notice here is it's very simple. There's just a couple of buttons on this side. There's the menu or on-off button, an OK, a scan button. But then this is an important screen. This is a color LCD display. So what it's going to do is it's going to show you what it's scanned on this display here. Now, where it actually saves that information, over on the reverse side, you'll see just here. If I can actually take this out and show you. There's the little SD card. That's what it's going to be saving all the scans onto. So this doesn't need to be connected to your computer. You can scan to your heart's content, really, using that small SD card. Now, let me see if I can do this while I'm holding it. So to scan, what we're going to do is press the button that says scan.
Okay. So we've got ease of use taken care of here.
Ease of use, yes, not stopping the computer with the start button. And we're going to press that, feed that into there. And what it's doing is, if I hold that up a little bit,
pulling it right through.
Pulling it right through. And this can be any size. We're doing a full-size sheet here. That could be a receipt, as small as a little small receipt. It could be a photograph of different size. And there you can see it's gone ahead and shown the image of what it's done. Now, if you want to go in and have a look in more detail, you can press the zoom button. And can you see how it's kind of zoomed in on the text there? Or that could be the photograph indeed. And we can scroll up and down just to make sure that it's a good copy and know that the scan is correct, and we can throw that piece of paper away.
Okay, so you've taken care of business as you're going down the road, but of course safety, one of the major concerns that you have.
Right.
That's the next gadget.
That's the next gadget, indeed. And we've talked about tire pressure monitors, and they're very, very valuable safety system. This one attacks that's the same problem in a slightly different way, and that we've got a little display board here. I can put that in the right position. It's called Tattle-Trail. And let me explain the little picture here and show you what's going on. This small unit here is the sensor, just like that we showed on the tire tracker pressure sensor. But what this one's doing is it mounts onto the windshield of your tow vehicle. So this is a tow vehicle monitoring system. Now, inside here is some pretty complex electronics, software, and a 3-axis accelerometer, which is just a jargon for it's measuring the vibration.
Right.
And the reason we're measuring vibration is it's been shown that vibration is a telltale indicator of impending mechanical failure. They've used it a long time in machinery and in production lines and things. And so what this has done is fine-tuned to filter out the road noise and focus on things like rhythmic vibration caused by maybe a tread detaching from a tire. Because if you think about it, you're going to lose pressure in a tire only when you've actually got that blowout. With this, as the tread is detaching, then this is going to pick that up. So that's one example. It will also give you an indication of a broken suspension or a loose hitch, because of course as you pull away and brake, there's going to be that thumping. And what it does is it sends the information wirelessly over to this sensor unit that's in the cab. And I like this. How about this for control? One button. You just turn it on. This actually button here it's like a squelch on a CB. So a uneven road, you move it more in one direction. A smooth road, you move it in the other direction.
Right. So if you are driving along, all of a sudden there's a pothole, you hit it, everything seems to be okay.
Well, you'll get a sort of a reassuring beep beep to tell you that it's still back there, which is one thing.
Okay.
But then if you're driving and there's no real noticeable noise on the road and it starts going off, beep, 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 you know that you've got a problem. You can check your camera, and my recommendation would be to pull over if that's the case, if it carries on. So again, it's just another kind of warning system that you've got to help show you what's going on in the vehicle, because nowadays particularly with big diesel pushers, you could literally be pulling that car along on the hubs and you wouldn't notice.
Right.
And people have actually done that in a number of different cases. So this is going to warn you of that. It also doubles up as a vehicle alarm, has a range of 1,000 feet. So if you take your tow vehicle and maybe stay in a motel, you can leave the tire tracker running in your, I said the wrong thing, the Tattle-Trail. It's all to the Tattle-Trail in your vehicle, and up to 1,000 feet away you could be in your room with the monitor going. So if everybody starts goofing with your car or trying to break in, or indeed if you like boondocking at Walmart, people might go around and play with your tow vehicle.
Right.
This is going to alert you, and once it starts beeping, it stays on until you turn it off.
Right, so it's an alarm system.
It's an alarm system as well as a safety system.
So now you're focusing on motor coach and that particular application. If you have a more conventional, smaller travel trailer, same principles apply?
Yep, if you have a fifth wheel, you can put it, you'd mount it on one of the flat surfaces in your fifth wheel. Could pop up, it's just the same. Or indeed, sometimes people will tow trailers or have what are they called, the jet skis and so on a trailer behind. You can even mount it right at the back there, and that range is powerful enough to go right through to the front and give you the added comfort that they're still there.
And what's the price point on a system like this?
This is $499. So again, it's not inexpensive, but it's all it has to do is protect you once, and you're very thankful.
Right, indeed. Now, if you come down in price a little bit, you can entertain yourself pretty royally. What's the third thing you have
here? Let me show you this one. This is the kids' favorite one, and you'll see why when I move it over.
Okay. Now, after 5 years of traveling with teenagers, I can see where this would get a workout.
This gets a lot of use. Let me just press the... Get some Queen tunes going. So it's called a block rocker because it rocks the block.
It would indeed, yes.
Yep. A couple things about it that I like. First thing is it's a big size, I know, but the sound is pretty cool. That wasn't turned up particularly, but it has just like your luggage when you're going to the airport. It's got the wheels, so you can wheel it around. So it makes it ideal for like a tailgate party. If you're out having some cocktails at night around the RV or around the campfire, it's a lot of fun. It has some microphone inputs here, so it comes with a microphone. So, hey, guess what I use that for?
Okay, so you've got the karaoke system.
Built-in karaoke system.
Built-in radio.
You've got a built-in radio, so you can get the football scores or whatever you fancy doing. And that's and it's rechargeable. So
it is rechargeable.
Yeah.
And you've got here
on
the side there, you've got the battery monitor system.
Right. So you've got the battery level. So it says low 1, 2, 3. The switch, and then this here is the dock charge. So it's designed for the Apple products. So it'll do an iPod Touch, iPod Classic, iPhone, and when you switch that into the on position here, it'll actually recharge your iDevice at the same time.
Ah, okay.
So it's good.
So what's the battery life once it's fully charged up? Is this good for 12 hours of tunes, or
even more? I mean,
even more?
yeah, it will keep on going. I think I've had it going pretty much 12, 14 hours on one charge.
Okay,
so
kind of a low-duty arc welder on there.
yeah.
Not quite.
I'll tell you,
Not quite.
it's great for when we're breaking up the booth or setting down or tearing down. All the vendors come out.
So between the three devices, which is your favorite here? Okay. Hey, listen, if you've got a comment or a question, hop on Twitter and use the hashtag GPLX for Gadgetplex, or you can send messages to Phil at Gadgetplex at RVNN.TV. Also, don't forget we have a Pinterest board, and on the RVNN Pinterest board, there are boards for each of the individual shows, and there is a board for Gadgetplex, and on that, Phil has been placing pictures of all sorts of things that are of interest to people who are interested in the gadget or technical side of RVing. Also, don't forget on Facebook and Google+, and you can find us over-the-top television, connected TVs on Roku and Boxee as well. So that pretty much wraps it up. We'll look forward to our next batch of gadgets here on Gadgetplex.
Hey, Gabe, want to go for a walk? Gabe? Gabe? Gabe?
Hey, buddy, you lost? Hold on.
If your pet is the adventuresome type, be sure he's connected to PetHub. A quick scan using any smartphone shares your pet's vital information, so that even his wildest escapades have a happy ending. PetHub, reuniting pets with their families.
Come on, Gabe, let's go home.